Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back. So, back when I was teaching and raising my kids, summer and the holidays were the only time that I could take a vacation. Now that I'm retired, we get to travel during the off season, which means we've had some pretty wild cruise experiences. In fact, it's January right now, and we're on a cruise in the middle of the Pacific. We have a beautiful balcony, and it's too cold to even use it. Now, we've been on trips where the weather was so bad we couldn't dock at ports, so they had to cancel some of the ports. There were some rocky days where the water in the pools was sloshing around everywhere. Um, this morning, I got up, the whole ship was rocking, and it was a huge storm that we're in. It's awful. And I've had some days where I was seasick, despite my sea bands. And cruises where I didn't even bother taking out my swimsuit because it was just too cold to even wear it. So here's the reality. When you retire, you finally have the time to travel, but you also have a budget to protect because let's face it, who wants to go back to full time work if you don't have to? Winter cruises are aggressively marketed to us because cruise lines know that we have flexible schedules. In today's video, we're tackling the big retiree question. Is cruising in the winter really worth the risk of spending your vacation holding onto handrails or wrapped up like a cocoon poolside? Or is it better to be at home shoveling snow? Let's dive in and find out together. Hi guys, I'm Trinice and this is my husband, Kevin. We are a retired couple and our goal is to travel as much as possible while we're physically able without draining our retirement savings. Our channel is all about inspiring you to embrace your golden years while navigating the world on a fixed income, one voyage at a time. So for most of the working world, winter is the time to hunker down, pay your bills, stay home, and try to stay warm. But for us, it's the absolutely golden ticket time. If you've been hesitant to book a cruise between November and February because you think it's off season, you're missing out on the holy trinity of cruising. You get bigger savings, smaller crowds, and a sophisticated, mature atmosphere. Now, forget the summer chaos because winter cruising is specifically tailored for us smart retirees. You can upgrade your lifestyle while downgrading your costs. As retirees, we have the single most valuable asset in the travel industry: flexibility. We don't have to work around school holidays. You don't have to go and ask your boss, can you take leave on Tuesday? In this video, we're going to focus on the retiree advantage. We're going to discuss how you can save on your fare, enjoy a ship that's usually not as crowded, and finally enjoy vacation surrounded by peers who appreciate a good conversation rather than a splashing contest in the pool. This is about traveling smarter, not harder. Let's start with the number one reason to pack your bags this winter, or next winter if you've already missed the boat on this one: the financial factor. The difference between sailing in July and sailing in January can be huge, but it depends on the itinerary and making sure that you're looking for those bargains. Now, if you're going to sail in December, make sure it's early December. This is just after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas, because Christmas cruises are always more expensive. Now, in January, you want to wait just right after the holidays are over and the families are getting back together and they're working on school schedules. And then the younger crowd, they're going back to work so they can pay off all those Christmas credit card bills. This creates a demand vacuum. And to fill that vacuum, cruise lines drop their prices. So here I have an example. This is a pretty conservative one, but this is an example of what it would cost to take a cruise in the summertime and then the costs again for the January period. So you can sometimes save up to 40 or 50%. It depends on when you're booking and also for you to be looking for those bargains. So you can really save big. Okay, guys, so I'm going to quickly show you a tool that we use a lot. We use Vacations to Go to kind of get a baseline of costs for different cruises. So here I filtered it by, I just picked Carnival Cruise Lines and I did the Caribbean, that region, and I put January. And then I sorted by in order of price with the least expensive cost at the top, and then it goes up. So you see here it's starting at $319. and then the prices go up as you go along there. And so those are the prices there. And then if you go here, I'm going to change it. Now this is July, and I did the same thing and sorted by starting price. And you see it starts now at $574. So the prices are definitely higher. It depends on the region though, and also the ship and all. There's a lot of variables, but this is just a great tool to use. I know a lot of people book through them. I'll have to do a video about how we book our cruises. I'll make sure there's a future video for you guys. But as you can see, just from this example, in this particular cruise line, there are other tons of cruise lines on here in different destinations that you definitely could save by booking in January versus summertime, if you like to take cruises then. So hopefully that helped. And, we take cruises mainly in the winter and the fall. And those are the best prices. If we see a great deal, we'll go and snag one in the summer if we see one. Now, all of these savings can help you with your hotel costs. This is before you get to, we usually like to fly in the day before the cruise. It'll help you, the savings that you have will help you with hotel costs. It can also help you with flights. You can also get those specialty meals on board. You can spend money towards that, or you can take the money and put it towards another cruise, because who doesn't want to do another cruise? Not to mention, usually flights and hotel costs could be cheaper also in the wintertime. The sweet sound of saving money. For those of us living on a pension or carefully managing our nest egg so you don't have to go back to work full time, this is how you make your travel budget stretch twice as far. Number 2, the luxury of space. It's just not as crowded during the winter. So let's talk about the second benefit. And honestly, for most of us, that's more valuable than the money. It's the crowd factor, or rather, the lack of crowds. If you've ever cruised during spring break or summer holidays, that used to be me, you know the drill. There are tons of lines at the buffet. It's expensive. The flights are expensive. The cruise is expensive. The elevators are packed. You've got to wait for the elevators, and they open up and it's full and they keep going up and down. So you have to do all that. It's just frantic, crowded. It's not as enjoyable. And it's the opposite of a relaxing retirement trip. Winter cruising is the complete opposite, because ships are not selling at full capacity. And they certainly are not doing the triple, quadruple occupancy when you have the kids in the pull down beds, because I've done that, been there, done that. So the passenger ratio really skyrockets in the summertime. You also have the luxury of space. You can go out and get a lounger by the pool in the middle of the day without having to wake up and reserve it with a towel. I don't like when people do that. But anyway, I can go out there now and walk out there on the ship deck now and get a lounger. Of course, there are very few people out there in the loungers. So, but if I wanted one, I could wrap up and go out there and get one. Another hidden benefit of having fewer crowds is the service level improves dramatically. The staff, they have time to sit and talk to you, get to really know them, because they're not overwhelmed by a ship full of passengers. So they have time for you. Number 3, the mature atmosphere. These are your kind of people. This leads perfectly into the third major benefit, the atmosphere. So let's be honest with each other. I love kids, but it's difficult to be around unsupervised kids who are running down the hallways at 1 a.m. in the morning while I'm trying to get a little bit of rest. So when you book a cruise in January or February, these are like longer cruises that are 10 days or longer. You naturally have only a certain group of people who can go, because most families are not going to take their kids out for 2 weeks in January. So that means you're sailing with people who are just like you. The vibe on board completely changes. So summertime, you have a floating amusement park. And this time of year, it's like a floating country club. The entertainment changes. I mean, I've looked at the pattern. They've even changed the types of activities. So instead of you seeing belly flop contests, because frankly it's too cold, you get more enrichment activities. You get beautiful live music, wonderful shows, and trivia that's like classic trivia. The conversations, they're longer, lingering conversations at dinner. You meet other retirees. You meet people who are passionate, just as passionate as I am about travel, and we're all exchanging stories. Like, oh, you got to go here, you got to go there. Of course, by the time you finish, you've got your bucket list has grown longer, but it's just wonderful, and it's easy to make friends because everyone's kind of the same stage of life. They've got experiences, shared experiences. They do. We were just doing laundry. We met a lady that retired in her 40s. I'm like, thought I was doing great, doing 55. But she retired in her 40s, and just talking with her, she's been retired 20 years. It was just wonderful. So just shared conversation is amazing, shared life experiences, and just a shared appreciation just for the journey itself, because we've been through, done a lot of things. So it's just that appreciation for just being on the trip. It's not overrun, it's more mature, and it just respects your desire for relaxation, quality time, and just to sit back and have fun. Number 4, the long haul advantage. I want to add one more final bonus point that ties all of this together for the smart traveler like you. Because we have the time, we can book longer winter itineraries that working people simply can't do. I couldn't do this. We would book at the most 7 days, but most people who work cannot book for that long. So we get a chance to take 10 day, 12 day, 14 days. I met people with 21 days, 30 days, 40 days. But the 10, 12, and 14 day sailings are the sweet spots. They're definitely cheaper by the day, per day, but they also have significantly better destinations for you. A lot of places you have the short 3-day cruises that are close by to the coast. So you go somewhere and then hurry back because people have to go back to work or to school. The longer cruises, if you're in the Caribbean, they go deep into the Southern Caribbean. So you go to places like St. Lucia, Barbados, Aruba, and experience culture, not just the gift shops near the port. Using your retirement freedom to book these longer winter trips is just another way to see the world. So let's recap the retiree secret weapon. You can save about 25 to 50% of your money on cruises. You can avoid the lines and the chaos, and you get to enjoy a sophisticated adult atmosphere with superior service and better destinations. Why would you ever travel in July again? Wait a minute. We just booked a cruise in July for Virgin. It is an adult only cruise. And you guys have to subscribe so that you can see that future video. But I hope this convinces you to take a look at those January and February dates. So I'm going to take you guys out here so you can see my winter view right now. Like I said, it's too chilly to sit out here. But this is my winter view, and of course, if you're going to do winter cruising, you do have the inconveniences, some of the things you can't do, but for me, it's totally worth it. I'd rather look at this than a yard full of snow that I have to shovel. So going back in where it's nice and warm. So with that being said, would you rather do winter cruising, or is shoveling snow your thing? Because some people love winter. I'm just not one of them. Now, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you discovered the joy of winter cruising, and what was your best deal? Let us know down below so we can learn all about your wins and learn from you. If you've enjoyed this video and want more tips about how to travel better in your golden years, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate your support. Until next time, take care everyone, and safe travels.